So guys, why still in debate why we have several low turnout, in several cases about this ongoing issue between the Senate President and Senator Natasha Akpoti-Utohan. Now, one of the things you need to understand is that several people actually come out as, from the beginning of this issue, even till this point in time, as at the time of doing this video, we have several people that has come out and they've let us understand their own perspective. And one of the things you need to know is that everybody is entitled to their opinion and whatever they say. So if somebody comes out today and tell you, I am defending Senator Natasha, that is her own point of view or his own point of view. And if someone else come out today and say, I'm defending Senator Akpabio, that is also his or her own point of view. But a number of Nigerians are curious and they were surprised seeing the low turnout of some people, most especially some politicians in this country that ought to have spoken in this regard. I did a video of recent and I made you understand the opinions of people in this particular subject matter. Why some are very, very careful, because they know that this issue is between the Senate President and they know how influential the Senate President is. So they will not want to do anything that will tamper with their own political career or with their, they don't just want to do anything that will offend, the Senate President. You discover that several politicians and several senators that have been speaking since this issue has started, in one way or the other, they are either on the side of the Senate President or they're just trying to be neutral. You understand? Even PDP senators. Let me just answer the question I saw in one of my videos. Senator Natasha is not an SDP senator, he's a PDP senator. Although he was once in SDP, Social Democratic Party, some years ago. That was where he first contested, as governor in Kogi State. With Yaya Bello. But at the end of the day, Yaya Bello was actually declared the winner of that election several years ago. And after that, he actually decamped from SDP and joined the PDP. So it was in PDP that he now contested as the senator representing Kogi Central Senatorial District against Yaya Bello. It was actually Yaya Bello that contested again, but God so kind. And at the end of the day, the election result was actually announced and she won. Yes, even at the court, she won and defeated Yaya Bello, in all of those in elections and cases. So now, many politicians and many senators that have actually spoken have made you understand that they are very careful, because they know that if they are trying to support Senator Natasha against Senator Akpabio, their political career is at stake, because they know the Senate President being the Senate President, Akpabio being the Senate President, in one way or the other, things may not go well with them. You understand? Things will not go well with him or her. So that is why some of those female senators, at least you have like 4 female senators. So that is why they are very, very, very careful. So in this video, I'm just going to do a compilation of women that have spoken in this regard. Now, as you're watching, drop your comment at the comment section of the video. From Senator Olujimi to Senator Gidigbe to even the wife of the Senate President has actually come out in this regard and made us understand some things when the video of Senator Natasha was trending back then. I made you understand that even Senator Natasha's husband and Senator Akpabio were friends, were political friends, even before he married Senator Natasha. So, and several other things like that. So, you need to understand that some of those senators, probably maybe they are scared of Akpabio or they don't want something to happen to them. Even though they might have 1 or 2 evidence, but they would not want to come out to talk because they are scared and they don't want anything to happen to their political career. A number of people is actually predicting that all of what is happening at the moment is actually a threat to Senator Natasha's political career, because even though if she should return back to the Senate come 2027, it will be very, very difficult for her to be re-elected again, except if Kogi Central District people want her back as senator. Because at this point in time, Akpabio himself can testify that Natasha is a threat to him politically. But let me leave you to the rest of the video, guys, and watch the video. This is Discovery Africa TV, and also do what to enjoy the rest of your weekend, guys. Peace.
Natasha Akpoti likened her predicament, this is her speaking, in the hands of the Senate President as a young female student. That will probably eventually bring us to your bill that as a young female student who refused sexual advances from a lecturer, but vowed to maintain her integrity in the midst of any form of victimization. Is this what it is? I mean, she's alleging that the senator president made sexual advances, and so because of that, all the issue, the washing of dating linens in public are being unearthed.
It's a weighty allegation, sexual harassment, and a person like me will not condone that. However, at a particular age, it's a two-way project. And so, to be able to get to the bottom of it, someone must find out from the other person the veracity of the claim. Because you see, at a particular age, because Senator Natasha is no longer a 16-year-old or a 17-year-old. I'm sure she's in her late 40s or mid 40s.
Yeah.
And so it becomes something between them. But I want to say that in the 8th and 9th Senate, we never had anything like that. And Senator Akpabio was one of us. He was one of the members. They treated us with dignity and with decorum. And we didn't have anything like that. And I've not heard of such from any other of the remaining senators. So it's tough for me to be able to take that without proper investigation.
Some Nigerians say if the Senate President or the Ethics Committee goes ahead and suspends Natasha Akpabio, that is to be deemed retaliation. Do you agree? That's a big one.
It's a very big one. Some of us have intervened because, you see, when the big stick is wielded, there's nothing you can do about it because it's allowed. It's in the books.
Some are also pointing to the fact that Akpabio, the Senate President, has had a history with strong women in power. There was Nunia of the NDDC,
Joy,
who I think the allegation was that she slapped, and it was also the sexual harassment thing. Then there was Kingibe herself, you know, who is actually berating Natasha for taking this to court. We'll come to that. And then now Akpabio. So some would say, why you all the time? And why strong women in power, so to speak?
let me say to you that first, let me reiterate that I took over from him as a minority leader. And so I kind of know him, know his wife very well. I know that he jokes a lot.
Akpabio, right?
Yes. He's fond of making little fun out of everything.
Or would you call it unguarded statements?
Not unguarded, but he loves to make everything light. And you see, when you do that, you become very vulnerable. So it makes him very vulnerable. I saw what they all went through as men when I was there. They were all victimized by people from outside. And I had to rescue them all of the time.
What do you mean victimized?
You see, it's difficult to explain what they go through there. And so they make light of every issue. Most of the men there go through a lot themselves. It's not as easy as you see it. They also internalize a lot of things. You find people calling them from outside, putting their wives on the spot and making different issues out of nothing. And so they also go through that. And I've had to support some of them to even go home to say, no, this can't be true. So they are all very vulnerable.
Okay.
The Senate is for the elderly. It's not for the young. It's for people who would have been through life, seen it all, and are willing to just work.
Supposedly seen it all.
Seen it all, supposedly. And work well for the country. And so when you are there, you comport yourself, you manage people. Order 10 is not difficult to manage, but the chief whip stood up before she proclaimed Order 10 and said to the Senate President, Senator Natasha cannot speak from there because she's not on her allotted seat.
Okay, so it was not started by the President of the Senate?
No, it was the chief whip.
That caution.
And that is his job. He is in charge of the chambers. He maintains law and order. That is why he's called the chief whip. The Senate President didn't start it. I watched it. It was the chief whip that got up and laid a complaint, and then the Senate President ruled on it. Once the gavel goes down, you really cannot do much because it's over. So he ruled on it and said, you must go to your seat before you speak. So whatever order you bring after then cannot work.
So Order 10 does not work here?
It cannot work.
So she's out of order?
That was what the Senate President said. I rule this out of order. And when it's out of order, it's out of order.
You're wasting your time.
The rest is history.
We've heard it said everywhere that the 3 women in the Senate have been silent. Yes, because silence is golden, especially when one of us is not following the rules. And as women, we did not want to come out publicly to say anything negative about her. And we were hoping all of this will blow over, as a lot of things do. And this is about the rules of the Senate. So if I can point out that other women have been moved several times, on that day I wasn't there, but I gather that several men were also moved. And I'm only here as chairperson of Women Affairs. I want women to know we have to follow the rules of the institution we choose to enter. And that is mostly the point of this visit here. Whether there's, sexual harassment between them, they already had personal relationships before they came to the Senate.
All right.
The 3 of us had no relationship with Senator Akpabio before we came.
All right, Senator
So I'm ready for your questions now.
Yes.
And the question you asked me, I don't have enough of a relationship with Senator Akpabio to discuss sexual harassment with Senator Akpabio. When I go to the Senate and my neighbors or Senator Natasha is not there, I collect documents on their behalf. I collected some for Senator Natasha, informed her. She said she was home. I went to her house. I'm answering the question. I got there. She told me, after offering a meal, that she's supposed to discuss something with him, and he said to meet her in some hotel. I said to her, you only meet
Senator Iweti, I'm sorry, I have to come in at this point. We have limited time with you. Pardon me, I have tried.
You asked me a question.
My colleague asked you a question.
So if you just want a yes or no, I'll tell you no. I did not. I was trying to tell you what transpired. And as we were discussing, her husband came in. That's all I'm trying to tell you.
Okay.
The 3 of us have not been sexually harassed. That's not to say if Senator Natasha can prove that she has been, that is fine. We will support her. But she's never discussed it with us. We don't know about it. She did not respond to the rest of the female senators. She has not spoken to any of us throughout this whole episode. From change of seat to now. Senator Banigo was with her, tried to talk to her that it can be resolved. She did not listen to her. So I'm coming to say that women of Nigeria have larger things in front of them. We are trying to pass special bills, 35% inclusion. We cannot be fighting over where we sit. And it really denigrates the institution in a manner that's not beneficial to Nigeria, the people, or the women. That's all I'm here to say.
All right. Well, some people would have said that Rosa Parks shouldn't have fought for her seat in what became a historic movement for the empowerment of not just Black people, but women as well. So sometimes it begins with a fight over a seat. Now, don't you think that this whole debacle has now opened us up to bigger conversations? Number one, around the possibility that there may be some sort of harassment, sexual advancement happening behind the scenes. As we are well aware, it happens in several institutions around Nigeria. Are you dismissing that it is absolutely impossible that anything of this nature could be taking place?
No, I'm not saying it's impossible. No, it's not impossible. Remember, the issue was seat assignment. If we've been in the Senate a year and a half, I doubt that it was the day that this happened. Senator Natasha, I go to the other senators, female senators, with an issue, and they tell me, okay, you leave it. You're more confrontational than us. We will handle it. Senator Natasha has never discussed with the rest of us senators, and I speak on behalf of the three of us. We are older than Senator Natasha. We're wiser. We've seen a lot of things. So, and we've taken her, I have taken her as my child. There's no reason for me not to support her. Even over the change of local content, I was going to take it up with the Senate President. She told me she preferred where she was, and then I dropped it. Before that, I was the first person to take Senator Akpabio on about the market. He didn't even realize he had offended us until I tabled it. So the impression that she's all alone, it's not right and it's not correct.
I will not be able to tell you at what point did the relationship got so sour to the point of alleging sexual harassment. Because I have 4 daughters. Myself, I'm a woman. If somebody harasses me, I will feel bad. Do you understand? But when I know the husband that I'm married to, it's not him that she was talking about. That's not Senator Akpabio. Maybe she was making reference to another person. That's why I said maybe it was an imaginative allegation or a content creation. Definitely, because I mean, there's no way we cannot do that. In the past, we've allowed people to get away with a lot of things. And he will always tell me, if you can't stand the heat, leave the kitchen. I'm here to serve my people. They will throw mud at me. I said, but this mud is becoming too much. Why can't you do something? So I'm now the one going for a legal address. It depends. I don't even see it as a below the belt because they're all lies. Like I said before, anybody can accuse anybody of anything. The main thing is, are you telling the truth? Are you truthful about this? She is not a young woman. I'm not a young woman either. So there are certain lies at our age that we shouldn't tell. Senator Akpabio, very disciplined, a good father, lovely father, supportive husband, handsome man that every woman would like to have.
I want to say categorically that the National Assembly is a respectable institution with rules and mechanism in place for resolving internal issues. You know, what you see here is internal issues or are internal issues, and they should be resolved through their internal conflict resolution mechanism. Now, it's not something that is strange to us that we have barriers. Women faces barriers in politics. That is not news at all. It's something that we've been dealing with from the past years, from the past decades. But however, in every institution, like I've said, there are mechanisms in place to deal with such things. So if you have alleged someone have done something wrong, as you should come up with proof, and this should be done internally. I don't think going out to the press, to Facebook, and I don't know whatever social media to call names, I don't think that is the way to deal with the issue at hand. Okay. I just listened to Senator Natasha before I came on, and she talked about the previous incident, and she talked about the fact that the Senate president came and made an apology, and she accepted the apology. Now, if she felt that that apology was not good enough, she accepted the apology on the floor. So if you felt that that apology was not the best thing, there was another way you could have gone about it, there's no need of accepting or being coerced to accept an apology. So if you accept an apology that have been tendered to you, Nigerians will believe that you are satisfied,
after the
you are pleased. So somebody have apologized.
Dr. Alele,
and then
after the threats?
Of course, somebody apologized and you accept.
Dr. Alele, did you hear that interview
No,
after the
that
threats? After the alleged threats?
No, allegedly,
yes,
sir,
so after
and
the
exactly,
allegedly,
nobody knows what happened. So if it's her word, I'm not a lawyer, but it's her word against hers. So if she said that she was allegedly threatened a day before, my point was that I'm just speaking on fact. There was an apology that was tendered on the house, on the ground of the house, and another party accepted the apology. Now, if whatsoever happened behind the curtains, you were not there, I was not there, we didn't know what happened. What we know are the fact that we saw. Somebody tendered an apology and another person accepted the apology. Now, if you feel like your right has been violated, there are ways of going about it. We have our judiciary system, for Christ's sake. You need to go there and plead your case, and then the judiciary system will know what to do about it.
Sorry, Dr. Alele, I hate to interrupt. I hate to interrupt you, but let me say something very clear. I believe that your role as a woman leader is to follow the welfare of women and their aspiration, and to make sure that men are not predators.
Definitely, like I said.
So will you be committing to an action? Let's call it the Alele Committee. Would that be coming up soon?
Let me tell you something. If I am contacted either by Senator Natasha,
I want you to be proactive.
Woman, and if I'm
asking if you are going to be proactive, doctor,
that is in Nigeria and is in my party, I will definitely be doing something about it. Now,
doctor, I'm contacting you
sitting here,
on behalf of my daughters.
My party, and I'm talking about me being the APC national woman leader,
yes,
and me being the first a woman for APC in Nigeria and in diaspora. Okay, and I want to see a place where women are given chances, where women are given a role to play politics without any barriers.
So we have come to the end of the video, and I want to say a big welcome to everybody that watched the video. Thank you very much for staying back to watch the video to this extent. So this is Saturday afternoon, and this is 14th of June 2025, and I want to say kudos to everybody watching. This is Discovery Africa TV, and thank you so much for watching this video. So I've made you understand at the beginning of the video that everybody is entitled to their opinion, either they are siding Senator Natasha or Akpabio, but in some regard, some people felt we need to speak the truth, or we need to challenge some things when we need to do it, because I made you understand also at the beginning of the video that some people that is actually not defending Senator Natasha is because they are just trying to protect their political career, and they will not want anything to tamper with their political career, because maybe they still want to continue to be senator, or they still want to continue to be in politics. So they know they'll still in one way or the other need the favor of the Senate president, and in one way or the other, most senators that have spoken is very scared, they are very, very scared. They are very, very scared. Even, I made you understand, even PDP senators, none of them has actually stood on ground, has actually stood with Senator Natasha, hopefully to condemn what, Senator Akpabio has been doing. They are very, very scared, and they are very, very careful of words, even in response to all of those allegations and claims of Senator Natasha. So guys, that is the video. I actually put the video. I actually play 4 people: Senator King, the wife of the Senate president, and 2 other women that spoke as well. And do well to drop your comment and opinion in that regard in respect to all of what happened. So guys, till I see you next time, just ensure to just be safe, keep yourself calm, be good, be okay. I know just let me just say some things. Like, we all know that this country, there are a number of things. We know Nigeria has a future. I've made you guys understand several times that there may be injustice in the land, there may be, poverty, there may be insecurity, there may be a lot of things not going on well. But notwithstanding, there is light at the end of the tunnel. You understand? There's surely a light at the end of the tunnel. And like I've been promising you guys, and I've been saying it, I'm not the president anyway, but just saying this just to encourage one another, encourage people listening to me, that Nigeria has a future, and with you and I, working together, we can make Nigeria great again. So come 2027, there's going to be another election in this country. There's another time to decide what is going to happen in this country. And not just our leaders alone, but we, the citizens. And how can we do that? By voting credible leaders in all positions. You understand? House of Assembly, House of Representative, the governors, the senators, and even the general election, presidential election, the presidential election that everybody has been waiting for. That is how we can make Nigeria great. Again, not just, collecting money and voting, but voting with, with good conscience, and voting for the man and the woman. That's what it takes to take your constituency, to take your state, to take, wherever you're watching me from, and even to take this country to a greater place. So that is the video. I've come to the end. See you in my next video. Once again, enjoy your weekend and do well to stay safe wherever you are. Be good and take care of yourself. Thank you, guys.